Oh, I'm a gummy bear. Yes, I'm a gummy bear. Oh, I'm a yummy, tummy, funny, loving gummy bear. Mercedes, if you're going to have hoe tendencies and do hoe activities, turn your ringer off. Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss P-Valley Season 2 Episode 3, Dirty Dozens. Now, before I get into all things roulette, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that, and then we're going to come back and discuss Roulette. I told y'all Roulette was here to start some shit. I also told y'all Tech and Lil Murder has some history. Look me in my face and tell me that ain't his boyfriend. Or wasn't his boyfriend. I'll wait.
Go back.
Hopefully subscribe to see more of me. Let's get into this episode. Now we begin here with Roulette fucking it up in a private dance. But the man she's dancing for wants way more than that. He want to know what that mouth do. He wants a little head. And I was just all like, oh, I am appalled. Just because Roulette is a stripper does not make her a hoe. How dare you ask her for some head, sir? How degrading. No, she was a hoe. You're doing hoe activities with hoe tendencies. Hoes are your friends. Hoes, you's a hoe. Ho! Roulette was very much so here for it. Immediately when the episode begins, breaking one of Uncle Clifford's rules. Girl, you prostituting out of the Pynk, which is grounds for us to get closed down. No, ma'am. We see this activity from her continue throughout the episode. She's not following any rules. She's trying to be a rebel. She came to fuck shit up and leave. Somebody stop her now. After we have dick sucking lips tell Mercedes, you know, I'm an optimistic bitch. Your bag isn't half empty, it's half full. Like, I cannot wait until she gets put in her place, and I feel like Mercedes will be the one to do it. But she has her tunnel vision at this moment, and it's all about her gym and those girls in that dancing and the lack of development in the center. And she is planning to do what she has to do. What she didn't want to do from the very beginning is sign up with old Coach. We all know what Coach wants. Now we also have Tarika literally crying out for help this episode and getting none at all. We see from the very beginning, you know, with her trying to get some boxes from grandma, aka where the money resides, that she is in a bad way and in a bad space, and she is just clamoring for somebody, Mercedes, to give her some attention. Notice me, I need help. And it takes a minute for her to get it in this episode. Damn. I felt so sorry for her in this episode, and straight up pity against the sorry ass excuse for adults here that is supposed to be taking care of her. Then we get into Uncle Clifford and Haley in their grand opening. They are, you know, individually placing blame, who did what wrong, when we know from viewing, and Uncle Clifford as well, that this is majority Haley's fault. Yes, I did leave you to your own devices, but you stood in your shit and look what happened. You done burnt up all my goddamn chicken. Mercedes' shoulder is fucked up, regardless if you oiled up the pole or not. The club was not ready. The ladies were not ready. But what I'm noticing here is that Uncle Clifford is still giving her free range and not following his first mind. Everybody replaceable. No, they're not. Mae West, Haley, get the fuck out of here. Mercedes is absolutely not replaceable. She is so loyal to Clifford. She respects him. She respects the club, the girls, the profession. That motherfucking Roulette and Whisper, hell to the no. They gonna get the Pynk. Shut the fuck down. You see that throughout this entire episode, the both of them are breaking Uncle Clifford's rules, especially Roulette. We got drugs in the Pynk. We flashing titties on the dance floor at the Pynk. We giving blowjobs at the Pynk. we prostituting at the end of the episode at the fucking Pynk. Like, she is so ready to break boundaries and rules. Even if we get into shit like, oh, not the thermometer, oh, not the thermometer, oh, not the thermometer, but just the even when we get into shit like letting Big Bone can be the DJ. No, first of all, when you're the DJ, all you're supposed to do is spin the records. You're not supposed to be at the bar one night, oh, and now you're spinning the records. But any place you are, you're still trying to shake your ass and take money from the house and money from the strippers. That is not how this works. But, you know, when we sit back and let Haley take control, this is the type of shit that we're accepting. Clifford is slowly losing his grip at the Pynk. I need him to take them long, press-on, extended-ass nails and thump Haley in the fucking forehead. Child, and then we get into Lil Murder in Mississippi and the tour popping off and going oh so well all the way to New Orleans. Y'all get back now. Y'all get back now. Ass everywhere, ass everywhere, ass everywhere, ass everywhere. You gotta vote for Hillary. Vote for who you want. Did y'all see Big Freedia? Who doesn't love Big Freedia? It's just instant in all and shaking ass. Just make you want to shake some ass and just bounce. Yeah. Magnolia Shorty. The tour is going so well. We even got a 106 & Park video like ass interlude for like 5 whole minutes in the episode. Lil Murder and Keyshawn are having the time of their lives. But we also have some drama kicking off. I'm real aggy at this point with everybody just acting like Keyshawn is the sole main attraction and just saying, you know, like, fuck Lil Murder. Like, I do understand, you know, Keyshawn is beautiful. She is some allure, but I'm writing, I'm performing, I'm rapping, you know, beats. It's a whole situation. Lil Murder is really good at what he does. The champagne, campaign. Really good song. Like, stop sleeping on him and acting like he's riding Keyshawn's coattails. If anything, it's the other way around, and this is, you know, more of a 60-40 ass situation. I was with Lil Murder, you know, where is my special treatment? Where are my chocolate covered strawberries at, man? But everything is going so well. That is until a fucking hater shows up. Pico decides to show up. Like, are you following me around on my tour to be a hater? Like, what the hell is really going on here? He is so eager to tear him down, and it is just pure jealousy. It's not so much about the sexuality and his sexual preference. He is just downright a hater. Like, everybody can't rap, boo, and it's okay. The bitches wasn't checking for you tonight. They was checking for Lil Murder, and Lil Murder don't want one of them. You don't know them. We don't want none of their asses. But did you see how Big Tech just, you know, spirited into action? Now enough is enough. Ride rough and get stuck, boy. I'm a ghetto pistol holding nigga on your damn street. Not if you bug. He was really ready to get out there, and he knew exactly what was happening. I know what you're trying to insinuate. Got Big Guap looking all upside Lil Murder's head. Now he's trying to inquire this episode to see if he's sleeping with women. Like, leave this brother alone. Big Tech knew exactly what he was trying to insinuate and jumped into protection mode. But you know, it wasn't so much, I'm trying to protect the homie, I'm low-key the bodyguard, I just got out. I'm not really down for that, but this is my homie. I do know what you're trying to insinuate, and you need to keep your mouth closed. It was a little bit more than that. It was more like, what the fuck you say about my man? Like, it was very, you know, passionate as far as protection, and the way that you saw them interact with each other once he realized that he got jumped on and there was some blood and the whole spew that even happened in the parking lot with fucking Keyshawn taking forever in the day to pull off. Keyshawn is that idiot that stands by and goes world star while some harmful shit is going down and records it. Put your phone away and peel off, Keyshawn. What the fuck are you doing? But I really felt like it was protection mode, but there was some feeling behind it, and we get more into that feeling at the end of this episode. Now, after we leave them setting Waldy up to get shot or die this season, they better stop. You ever notice this season they just keep pushing Waldy up to the front to make him look all noble? You know, I don't eat meat no more, I don't want no beef, I'm trying to put this hand sanitizer on, he wants peace. Y'all better not kill Waldy. Don't do that. we have old Pastor Patrice, Pastor Woodbine, and her whole vendetta here against the mayor. Don't nobody want the mayor to strive. He out there in the parking lot pimping in front of the church trying to get that black vote, trying to push that casino along, and nobody is having it. Not even whack ass Patrice. And who made this chicken? Like, not that she's lying, she was speaking truth to power in that moment, but we just don't like her. You don't get to talk. You took Mercedes' money and we would never forgive you for that shit. But you see them, they have this rift this episode, and I'm like, girl, are you gonna try to run for mayor too? Everybody wanna be the mayor now. Everybody wants, if you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go yeah. Patrice is giving all that good long as I got King Jesus ass energy in this episode and letting the mayor know you messed with the wrong bitch. Like, Patrice is gonna always Patrice. Honey, and then we have goddamn Mercedes this episode. I absolutely loathe the way Mercedes had to sit up and talk herself into feeling like she was secure in her decision and comfortable with the situation. You wasn't, because if you were, it wouldn't have come to you just having, no, this is my last resort. This is all you have. If I don't do this, I could stand to lose the gym, the girls, the dancing. You gotta use what you got to get what you want. It got real Players Club this episode, and she had to go visit she had to go visit old Coach Carter. Coach knew exactly what he was doing, with the wife there, even though Mercedes wanted to feel like, I have some control, it's some respect, I have boundaries, I need your wife's permission. The wife is, if you ain't the first hoe I met and you ain't gonna be the last. I ain't no hoe, are you? Like, let's be realistic about it. You are in here to have sex with my husband for $10,000. Like, meanwhile, Coach done sat there rubbing them hands together like Birdman. No. You just signed that paper, this, that, and the third, so you could have sex with Coach. Meanwhile, Coach wants to show you off like a one-trick pony. Go on up there, do that spin, drop it low, and bow. Was anybody surprised when homegirl took her clothes off? Like, yeah, I want some of this too. She is comfortable with you even being here and signing the whole MDA and da-da-da-da-da. They about that life. You clearly see in Mercedes' face when she turned around and it was just all titties out. Like, oh, what the fuck? Like, yeah, you came here to sleep with the husband. Now you're having a threesome. Something you didn't want to do. Like, it is so unfortunate to see Mercedes have to resort to degrading herself. And I don't care what she was trying to present this episode. She did not want to be there, and she did not want to do that shit, especially with the both of them. I just felt so for her. And if that wasn't any more proof that was the last place Mercedes needed to be, her daughter was proof enough this episode. Like, oh, shed a tear for Lil Baby. I was like, God damn, Mercedes, either you gonna cut this ringer off or answer it and see what the hell is going on. She has that specific ring, so for Mercedes to continue to ignore it as many times as she did, and I'm working, you can even like hear it. You can really see throughout this episode just how out of touch Mercedes is as far as a mother, because normally as a mom, like, your kid could just call, you can hear like a octave change in their voice and you know that something is wrong. She is literally, well, what you doing? Well, where are you? And can we? It's like, yeah, I'm working. Bye. Like, I got, like, you always working, and you see that throughout this whole episode. She still is holding on to those past excuses. I had you when I was young. What, nobody gonna give a strip of their baby? I asked y'all and y'all denied me, and you said no, and you're drunk and you ain't no better than me, and I ain't no hoe and I'm this. Still poking the bear, picking and choosing. She is a fucking teenager. At what point do you think you gonna dust off them clear stripper heels and be a mother and stop with these fucking excuses? I was with Tarika. It's always gonna be something with you. I think beyond the first season, me personally, I'm beyond Mercedes and her excuses as to why she is not being the mother. She gives off this energy as if she just really, really wants to be, but it's just like time waits for nobody. What exactly is she supposed to do? Just stop? Well, I can't get you. You're too busy trying to still grow. Like, okay, yeah, you're not 15 anymore. Because in the midst of you still trying to grow and find yourself, I've been raised by an alcoholic who views me as a mistake. She called the baby a fucking mistake. Like, that whole moment in the tub and the drunk, it felt real precious. You have the resentment coming off of her. Yeah, you ruined my life, but you was 15, you was acting this. Yeah, the time has passed. I was with Mercedes. I ain't lay down by myself, but even now, to this day, you're still references this baby girl as, this teenager as a mistake? Mercedes, get your kid or just get the fuck on. Now, what I do love about the tour is the relationship between Keyshawn and Lil Murder. She is the only one that's really close to him that he can talk to about that. I mean, he does have Wally or whatever, but as far as just his feelings and him writing on the postcard, yeah, I love you, nigga. They do have some special moments, even with her being a damn good beer, keeping the bitches at bay. It's just like you really need to express yourself a little bit better. Uncle Clifford is really, really special. But you also have a moment, after Mississippi stopped playing, running around like, girl, you too big to be playing that goddamn much. You have Big Tech come. Big Tech come and shows up, and they have a real deep, sincere ass conversation about them old prison days. That felt real, secret lovers. Ayy, that's what we are, trying so hard. It felt like it was such a sentimental, deep conversation about, I appreciate you for saving my life. You're still doing that shit. They seem to have a whole lot of history. And, when I was in the hole, it got dark, but, your whack ass rhymes, they kept me going. It felt like lovers. There was no friendship. It was protection and it was lovers. And it seems like they have some real history established. Now, I think the issue is going to come into play. He ain't really just thinking about Big Tech in that way, because we see, especially towards the end of this episode in those postcards, he has been keeping in contact with Uncle Clifford this entire time, sending him a postcard with each city that they've been in. They are in love. He said he loved him this episode. I don't know what that means for you, Big Tech. Now, even though we have Patrice and the mayor having, their own words and him shutting her down, being petty, talking about COVID violations and all of these good, you would mess with the wrong bitch. Like, oh, what does that mean? I hope that means you ain't finna try to gun for this man and try to take that mayor ass position, because we already have Corbin and Andre plotting to do that. As if we didn't see this coming. We already felt it with him, his never-ending need to stay, even with that nice wife, working her good old job, having, job opportunities. I would love to do that, but I just can't leave here, baby. I gotta stay here and keep my head up Haley's ass and pretend that I care about what's going on and try to run for mayor. I'm leaving. I ain't never coming back. Like, just tell your wife you ain't never coming back so we could just be done with it. Get that divorce. Stop, Andre. I just don't give two fucks about Andre's plot. But he seems very interested, and as if we didn't see this coming, I think the ground has been laid the first two episodes for Andre to run for mayor. Especially since he's trying to persuade old Haley to sell, and they don't want to come up with that damn $10 million. Now we end off this episode with old Roulette, who ain't followed no rules in the Pynk. Her and Whisper, they do get on stage. They are really great together. It's very dynamic. They are holding it down. But she don't want to follow by, the Pynk rules. We see at the end she's prostituting. Even took out the time this episode to get close to old Gidget's man. I say, oh Lord, Roulette really came to set shit off. But they worked it into this episode for her to just be wreaking havoc low-key. Not that anybody's paying attention, but we see that she's pretty much doing whatever the hell she wants to do. We're prostituting, we're snorting coke with Whisper, we, showing titties on the main flow, doing all of this, but we have given her leverage to do so, because when the episode is about to go off, we see Big L and old boy unloading the trunk, and just some magical oxy just happen to fall out and spill on the ground, and she gives a little wink and a little nod like, okay, yeah, I got something to hold over y'all head so I can continue to conduct and do business however in the fuck I want to. They better do something. They better do something, because Roulette came to burn down the Pynk. Well, you guys, that was my review for PValley episode 3 season 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Please drop down and tell me what you thought about it, and tell me, you know, your predictions for episode 4. The show is getting good. I'm really glad that we didn't lean too much into the supernatural aspect of the show this episode. Not that I think that they're going to just leave that plot line by the wayside, but I was like, yeah, give us a break from that, because we don't know what to do with that right now. But I did really enjoy this episode, and I'm looking forward to the next one. I see you guys for my next review. Bye.